Imprisoned for years, your best friend breaks you out so you can fight a war. It's win or die. Welcome to Summed Up, the series where I make plot recaps. In this one, I go over Gears of War. As Locust wretches scutter around overhead, Marcus Phoenix is broken out of prison by his best friend Dominic Santiago. Marcus tells Dom that he's gonna get in trouble for breaking him out, but Dom replies that things have changed and everyone in the prison has been pardoned. They make it to the Raven, a helicopter, where Lieutenant Min Young Kim welcomes Marcus to Delta Squad and tells him that Colonel Hoffman is waiting for them. At that, Marcus groans, and Dom states that it's gonna be awesome. When they make it to the meeting point, Hoffman greets Marcus by telling him that a traitor like him doesn't deserve to be wearing their uniform, to which Marcus replies that it looks like they need all the help they can get. A woman steps out of another Raven, and suddenly they're attacked by locusts. While taking cover, Hoffman explains to Kim that they have the light mass bomb, but they can't use it without the targeting data. That's why they need the resonator. With it, they can map the locust tunnels and hit them where they live. Delta Squad is to find Alpha Squad in Embry Square and deploy the resonator. When Kim asks if they'll have air support, Hoffman states that the Nemesis are keeping them from providing air support. They'll have to go on foot while Lieutenant Anya Stroud, the woman from the Raven, provides them intel. They find a member of Alpha, Private Augustus Cole, an ex-trash ball player known as the Cole Train. Kim tells Cole that they came to retrieve the resonator, and Marcus adds that they also came to save Alpha Squad. Cole tells them that they've been waiting for a Raven, but their radios don't work because Cedars are jamming all signals, and so they decide to take them down. While they're doing so, Marcus asks Kim what the big deal with Hoffman's resonator is. Kim explains that it'll map the Locust's network of tunnels. With such a map, they can find the heart of the Locust's forces and crush it. With the Cedars taken out and communications re-established, Delta finds what's left of Alpha. Cole greets his best friend, Damon Baird, who has the resonator and is just happy to finally have some backup. The Raven arrives to pick them up, but is quickly taken out by Locust forces and they swarm in, surrounding the Gears. In the firefight, Kim gets stabbed and killed by a huge Locust, General Rom, as the voice of a woman, presumably in Rom's thoughts, says that they will win the war. It's only a matter of time. Marcus, Dom, Cole, Bear, and an unnamed soldier are the only survivors of the firefight and retreat into a building. Marcus calls in to tell Anya that Kim is dead and is told to go to a courtyard on the other side of the building they're hiding in. That's their best bet to get out alive. They hear a berserker nearby, and Baird warns them that they need to get out of there. The unnamed soldier freaks out and makes a run for it, only to come across the berserker and be ground to a pulp. With the berserker killed and the resonator in hand, what's left of Alpha, Baird and Cole, gets rolled into Delta. Then, they're given their new orders to go to the Lethal Emulsion facility and deploy the resonator. Lastly, Marcus gets promoted to sergeant and put in charge of Delta. Isn't that nice? They ask for air support, but it's denied due to the area being too hot. Thankfully, Dom has a plan. Dom knows some stranded, people that don't belong to the Gears and live in the wilderness, and one of them has an old junker they should be able to use. They get to their outpost, but the stranded refuses to let them have the junker. However, Dom reminds him that he owes him and he's calling in that favor. The stranded agrees, but they have to go get the junker at the Asphalt gas station, and Baird and Cole have to stay behind as collateral. They're attacked by Locust and Krill all the way to the gas station, and when they finally make it, the old man that's in charge thought they weren't gonna make it, hadn't filled up the junker's tank, and says it's their job to do it now. At least he's gracious enough to give them some ammo, I guess. When they finally make it back to the stranded outpost, it's being overrun by locusts. They dispatch of them and the entirety of Delta Squad leaves, but, just their luck, the junker craps out on the way to the Emulsion facility, so the rest of the way is on foot. While closing in on the facility, they see glowing locusts. Anya tells them that they're called lambent. It's an effect of too much exposure to emulsion, and adds that they're extremely volatile, which, simply put, means they're likely to attack you just about as much as they are likely to blow up in your face. While going down to the factory's mine, Marcus and Dom come across a corpser and have no choice but to fight if they're going to finish their mission. They manage to back it onto a bridge, then destroy the bridge from under it and have the beast fall into a river of emulsion. Then, it jumps back at them in one final desperate attack. Marcus just takes a step back and stares at it in its last throes. Admittedly, pretty badass. Baird and Cole arrive soon after, Cole feeling bad having missed the show. Baird, not so much. They finally make it deep into the mine to set up the resonator. Baird does so and Delta hightails it out of there. Outside, they all lie down, finally getting some rest from a job well done. When Hoffman contacts them, it didn't work. They set it up right and it blew, but it didn't cover nearly enough to even start to map out the tunnels. They would need to set up 100 of them in order to get an accurate map of the Locust tunnel network. Baird cuts in and throws Marcus an apparatus he found and hacked into, saying that they can use that instead. When Marcus turns it on, they see a partial map of the Locust network. Hoffman asks Anya to track the data. When she does so, they learn that the apparatus came from East Barricade Academy, from the house of an Adam Phoenix, Marcus's dad. Hoffman then tells them to head over there and find the rest of the map. All the while, Rom is listening in on the conversation through the radio of a captured gear. Knowing what Delta's next move is, he blows the gear's head off. In the house's basement, they find a secret lab. After patching into the computer there, they find maps of Locust tunnels. Miles and miles of tunnels. The entire planet's crust is riddled with them. Anya tells them that the maps will get the job done, but the files are too big and will take a while to download. Marcus and Dom leave Jack, their little robot helper, to download the files while they go give Baird and Cole some backup. They meet up with them as the house is getting attacked by Locust forces. Marcus and Dom stay to defend the house while Baird and Cole leave to protect the APC, Armored Personnel Carrier, a vehicle they found so they can hightail it out of there with the maps. Once Jack has all the data, they run to the APC and manage to make a run for it and escape as they're being chased by a Brumach. Delta makes it to a train station where a train carrying the light mass bomb that they're going to use to blow the Locust tunnels is going to pass through. While there, they're attacked by Locust. Baird and Cole don't make it to the train, so it's up to Marcus and Dom to deliver the bomb while Baird and Cole catch up via Raven. On the train, they, once again, come across Rom, and this time, they defeat and kill the Locust General. Dom gets on a Raven while Marcus hits up the front of the train to input the map data into the light mass bomb. Though a little too close for comfort, Marcus manages to get off the train and onto the Raven. The train falls into a river of emotion and the light mass bomb sends out and delivers its payload, dealing a massive blow to the Locust and their tunnel network. The voiceover of a woman is heard as the gears leave the area. She states that the humans don't understand, don't know why the Locusts waged the war and cannot, will not stop until they win or die, and they're not dead yet. I truly enjoy the Gears of War franchise. Playing through this, I remember that I started off on Gears of War 2 at an acquaintance's house and never actually played the first. Between some bugs and my 360 controller being faulty, this game was more of a challenge than it should have been, but enjoyable nonetheless. Click that like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you really liked it, click the bell icon to make sure you get to see new videos, and share the video, it really helps out the channel. Follow me on Twitter for updates, the link is in the description. As always, this is Lord Loxus Summed Up, and I'll see you next time.